guys. So I just finished my last pump of the day. I just finished up work and I'm gonna take you through basically a normal evening routine tonight. And my evening routine has a huge impact on my morning routine. So super motivated to actually follow through and do that. So excited to take you through kind of what that looks like. I've got 2 little kids, obviously, so they're a big part of that evening routine and a big reason why I got started with a more structured evening routine, and I absolutely love it. Has a really big impact on my mental health, like organization and structure. I thrive basically when I have like organization and structure and routine to my day. And then it's also good for my physical health too, because when I have a little bit more of that routine and have more of that structure, I'm able to fit in like my workouts and stretching and all of that good stuff that goes along with it. This is kind of what a typical and normal evening looks like. It isn't always perfect and there's always shit that happens. I swear, like I will have this perfect plan for the evening and then I don't know, we'll go to the park and Olivia will hurt herself or something. I don't know. Like something just happens always. Or, you know, Enzo will stay up a little bit later than normal, so that will throw off what I'm doing. But I have a couple of like have to do's that I know will for sure set me up for a good tomorrow. And I put those at like the top of the priority list. So it's kind of how it is for me. There's kind of like this sweet spot of time in the evening when Troy goes to pick up the kids and I just finished work, and so I have literally like, I don't know, 10-15 minutes to not only come in here and like put my milk away, but also just to like prepare the house for them to be here. Because as you know, like if you've got kids, you know that, oh my gosh, it's just hectic the second they get here. So the better I can set it up for like a calm environment for them and also for me is just so good for the soul. So I love to take these minutes just to like get myself ready. So a lot of times I will have like pre-prepped a little bit of like what our dinner is gonna be. Troy usually cooks our dinner, but I've usually like pre-prepped it a little bit. But yesterday I made spaghetti and like put together just a bag salad that I throw over extra spinach. So I made that yesterday. We're just gonna eat that for leftovers again today because why not? It's delicious, it's good, and it's cooked and it's ready. So we're gonna do that. Then it's kind of nice because we don't have to worry about cooking tonight. We just have to like throw it out onto a plate. But the first thing that we usually do when the kids get home is we do some playing. So I like to like reintroduce them home with like some fun. I don't want them to come home and then just go like right into dinner and craziness. I want them to come home and like have fun and enjoy their time and know that they're coming home to not only a safe space, but a fun space as well. So what we usually do is go to the park. Olivia calls it we're going for a walk. So we'll go for a walk. We'll, you know, throw them in the stroller, head over to the park and play for a little bit. We kind of have like our cutoff time of, okay, now we got to go home and we've got to, you know, eat. And I walk Olivia through everything that we're doing as well. So she knows what to expect and what's next. And we're not just telling her, okay, it's time to leave. Like I like to prepare her for that. So kids should be home any minute. Just gonna kind of wait and get the house again kind of cleaned up a little bit and ready for them. Also, does anybody else have this like junk area in their kitchen? Like we don't really have we kind of have a junk drawer, but we have like a junk spot that we just sit everything. Like everything is right here. Oh my God. I hate that spot in our kitchen, but I feel like everybody has it. So I don't know, I'm not gonna stress about it. So usually I actually do this little like picking up stuff in the morning after they leave for daycare, and then I get started with work. I do like a quick run through and like clean up from the morning rush and the morning mess. but this morning I didn't because I had a ton of appointments today and I just didn't want to stress myself out too much by like worrying about cleaning up. So I just went right into work, and so it also wasn't too bad this morning. Olivia didn't go too nuts with the toys, so not as bad of a cleanup. I didn't pack enough clothes for Olivia today. So she's got on somebody else's shirt. So we're gonna change.
No, my shirt.
No, this is someone else's.
No, my shirt.
No, there's someone else's shirt.
Alex.
Alex's shirt?
Alex's shirt. No, my shirt.
I know, but wait, let's put your shirt on first and then you can hold it.
Okay.
Okay. Looking cute with her little black eye. I literally don't know where that came from. It must be the park or something.
There's one.
Look at you. I know Enzo's sleeping. Shh. Shh.
How old is?
You want to hold it?
What's it?
Hold it just like this.
This over. Mommy got a bowl, and then this is a bite, and then a bowl. Mommy just, and then here. And sleeping, and the daddy buttons on it, and then this is sleeping, and the bus, and the Maya, the Baba, and the days. I got it.
There you go. Yeah.
No, I got it.
Okay, should we go to the park? We can take this to the park.
This is bar.
Right foot. Ready to go?
Hi.
I missed you today. Rushed home. Enzo had to eat. Well, we have to eat dinner to keep us strong.
How about we eat dinner, then we have snacks? What's up, world?
Olivia, come have some hot dogs so that we can have cookies later. You want to sit with your baby?
Look at baby. Sit.
You want some bread?
You can have some of Daddy's. So dinner's done. Now we usually just have a little bit of time before bath time. So this little window of time is usually where Olivia asks 1,000 times if we can watch Bo Peep, Toy Story 4, and just gonna play for a little bit until it's ready for bath time. We usually start bath like 7:20-ish or 7:30. I mean, it's not like a perfect science, of course, but that's usually when we end up doing bath time, because then it's like bath, PJs, get ready, bedtime. Yeah, so it's kind of the routine. No reading?
No reading.
Why not?
You'll get everything.
Oh, avion.
You got it. You gonna read to daddy?
No.
Soft. My cup will be soft.
Hey, we're not ripping these books. Nope. Oh, sorry, I didn't know your fingers were.
Soft. Soft. Soft.
What happened? Your yak? Mwah.
Not in my leg. No. What am I
So we're getting baths started. I like to always grab PJs ahead of time.
Come here, come this way. Tootie. Oh, you stink, girl.
No.
Yes.
No.
Did you choke on it?
No. I like cookies.
Yeah, we're gonna have cookies for a snack.
Many eyes. Many eyes.
So lately, we have not been able to get this girl to eat a vegetable to save our lives. So these have been saving our lives. I just get the ones with vegetables in it, and she has to eat one of these before we have cookies. I don't know. It's not perfect, but it works.
Whee! Whee!
Stop it. Mom's gonna go get your milk. Sleep. He actually went down pretty easy tonight. He hasn't been sleeping that good lately. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a growth spurt, whatever, transitional. He's 6 months, so he's right about that time, but whew, I've been tired lately, so I'm hoping that he does something like he does last night, where he sleeps until like 3:30, and then he slept until like 8 o'clock this morning after that. Like, I had to change him because he was like soaking wet, and then he actually slept with me the rest of the night, but I don't mind because he's a really good cuddler. Hopefully he sleeps until 3 or just through the night. That'd be great if we could go back to that again. And essentially now what I do after the kids are in bed, Troy's still putting Olivia down right now. She's taking a little bit longer these days because she's sleeping in her big girl bed, so she basically kind of has to be like to the point of almost asleep by the time he puts her down in the bed. And then from there, he basically like lays with her for a little bit or rubs her back. I don't know. That's what I was doing with her when he was gone over the weekend, and it was working out pretty well. And it was kind of helping her to not like get up and out of bed constantly. Now that the kids are in bed, I basically either start in like the kitchen area or I start in like the living area and do some cleaning. Lately I've been liking to start in the kitchen because I hate doing dishes and I hate this part, so I just do this part first to get it over with. It's kind of like eating your vegetables first. Whatever. I've been doing this first, and then essentially from there I will work my way into the living room, get that all set up and like just kind of cleaned up. Then I do the rest of my routine. So here we go. Basically, after I get everything kind of cleaned up, then I am like done. So then I typically just come in here and start doing like skin, brush my teeth and go to bed. And so I just kind of, I don't know if people do that, right? I think it looks cool, so I do it. Again, I'm 32, so I feel like I really need to focus on not having old lady lips, like right now. Because if I didn't dye my hair, I would look like an old lady. So I don't want my skin and my lips to match. All right, so I'm in my PJs. Typically around this time, I either am like hopping onto my computer to edit a video or do something along those lines. But if I don't have anything to do, usually I won't lie, I'll like scroll on my phone for a little bit. My like hard bedtime is 10 o'clock. So it's 9:25 right now, so I am just gonna finish up here and actually just get to bed a little bit early because like I said, Enzo hasn't really been sleeping that great lately, so any extra sleep that I can get, I need to jump on that. But I do want to finish by just letting you know, I mean, evening routines are so good for our sleep quality and our sleep quantity. It's a great way to like soothe yourself before you go to bed and calm yourself down. Even if you didn't have a hard day, it's really important to like calm ourselves and soothe ourselves before we go to sleep. And I don't always follow the exact same routine. Like it doesn't always end up being perfect just because I have kids and life, right? Like things come up, things happen. Whatever routine I do have does help, even if it's not exactly perfect every single time. But again, I have that like 10 o'clock hard bedtime where I know I need to get the hours of sleep that I need to get, and going to bed at 10 o'clock at minimum is super important to do that. So if the kids are up late, unfortunately I just kind of miss out on part of my routine. Then I just kind of pick the most important things that I need to do for me and my mental health. The next day is as smooth as possible. So typically that's gonna be like getting the kitchen semi-organized and like cleaning up out here in the living room. But even that sometimes gets missed, and then the next morning, I won't lie, usually suck. Hey, it happens and that's life. And I have a lot of sleep goals for myself. It's something that over the last couple years, just with having kids, has become really important and a lot more like apparent as something I need to work on for myself. But even just the difference from a couple of years ago to now, I have made a really big impact on my morning and my evening routine to get that sleep quality that I need. And again, the biggest thing that I like to do for myself is set myself up so that tomorrow morning I wake up and it's smooth. I wake up in a good mood. I wake up and there's not as much stress associated when there's not a mess. And just knowing that there's not a mess too kind of just allows my brain to like slow down, just helps me stress less. There's actually been research shown that when your space is messy, you are not going to sleep as well. So I kind of just think about that on the nights that I like really don't feel like cleaning up. I just remind myself, okay, I should, because this is going to be good for me. I will see you in the morning for my morning routine. So it's like 7:25 right now. So this is very typical. Me and Enzo get up a little bit earlier and I'm able to kind of spend a little bit of time with him, like have my oatmeal and make coffee and stuff in the morning. Ideally, if Olivia doesn't wake up until 8, which that's usually the case, but not always. But if that's the case, I am able to come back in here, lay down on the ground and stretch with Enzo, which is my ultimate goal. So in the morning, I try to make sure I'm getting in plenty of water. I always make a water bottle right before I go to bed and have it next to my bed. And then I drank like half of it last night, but I don't even remember doing. I try to just like finish this right away in the morning and then make a new one and have that like right away. So that gets me usually at least like 30 to 40 ounces right away in the morning. Okay, I always like to get dressed right away in the morning too, because it makes me feel like I'm gonna be a little bit more productive. And I think it works. So I kind of pre-make part of my oatmeal. I have these little bowls that I got at Target and I just kind of prep out a couple of them because I only have 2, so I prep out 2 at a time. So we've got oats, coconut sugar, collagen, and then underneath there is cinnamon. And then I just put a big scoop of peanut butter on there as well at the end. But I don't prep the peanut butter. When I used to like not work from home and I was going to work, I would prep the peanut butter into the little Tupperware containers that I would take. But I don't do that anymore because I have found that the peanut butter gets dry and nobody likes dry peanut butter. So I don't do that anymore. And so essentially all I do is get like about 2/3 cup of water in here and I microwave it for 3 minutes to get it to the point where it's boiling pretty good. I just pour it over my peanut butter and oatmeal, wait a couple minutes until it's not like deathly hot, and then I eat it. is surprisingly relatively chill right now. And then I have this like cooling peppermint facial mist. It like wakes you up. Oh my god, it's so good. And I literally love it. And then I have this Frey stuff as well. It's the Protect Me, has SPF in it. And Jonathan from Queer Eye always says how important SPF is on your face. And you gotta listen to Jonathan from Queer Eye. As you can see, I don't really know much about skincare. I started wearing natural deodorant. I was pregnant with Olivia. Or maybe a little bit before, but I have not gone back and I love it. As you can see, I'm only given so much time in the morning for like my little self-care, skincare routine. But whatever I do get in is always worth it. So I try to do it, and then a lot of times we just finish together, you know? We make it work. And it's not terrible, right? Typically, if I'm gonna put makeup on during the week, I put it on like on a break at work, like during some of my admin time if it's outside of an appointment call. That's just kind of how I make it work. I don't like stress myself out about like getting super ready in the morning because I work from home. It doesn't really matter, but I do like to feel put together enough where I'm comfortable, because that's what matters. Like, I don't care how I look for anyone else. I care about how I feel for me. Doing my skincare, brushing my teeth, and like usually putting up a new ponytail from like my bedtime ponytail is something that just feels really good for me. So those are some of the things that I do for my like little self-care routine. Say hi, Enzo. Are you just a natural? Okay, Olivia's up. I just realized I never actually made my coffee cup or cup of coffee. So once Olivia wakes up, she likes to do a lot of cuddling right away in the morning, which is my absolute favorite thing ever, because she's never, ever in her entire life been like a cuddly kid or baby or anything. So when she is, you just gotta really soak it up.
I want to not.
I kind of just let Olivia lead on like what she wants to do for the day. Sometimes I'll like offer something if she wants to play with her blocks or read a book or something. Usually I just kind of let her be the judge and grab whatever she wants. But this book has English and Spanish, and Olivia speaks English and Spanish. At Spanish she speaks, at daycare she speaks Spanish the whole time. The gal who runs the daycare, that's her first language is Spanish, so that's what she teaches to the kids, which is really cool. So Olivia loves any of her books or toys that like do English and Spanish.
My book.
Was that his stomach?
Daddy.
I think she has enough for, well, like a class right now, I guess. Olivia, do you, are you hungry? A donut. A donut. Yeah, a donut. He's gonna go get one. Donut. You lucky girl. Hey, we do not do that. You baby?
No. Aida.
You're Olivia? Are you a big girl?
No, Aida.
You're Olivia. Yeah, he's bringing you a donut. Enzo's gonna have oatmeal. 'Cause
Baby Bob, baby Bob.
Let me try some avocado. Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. Wait. Get down. Do not do that. It's okay. You can keep trying. Good job. Let him chew that up now. Daddy's home with donuts. Donuts.
Son, you're not old enough yet.
So I'm gonna go ahead and get my computer turned on and started for the day. I like to just get my computer turned on and everything before I actually need to, just so that once the kids actually do like get out the door with Troy on their way to daycare, I can just come back here and start work because I have a few systems that I have to get started and I don't want to have to sit here and wait for them, so I just let that happen while I'm still hanging out with the kids. Okay, here we go. Like this. Like this. I better than her and I can share one later. What about mommy? It's not mine? Trust me, I don't want it. Look at it. He's eating his foot.
Give me that donut. Give me that donut.
Are you ready?
Daddy.
I am strong.
I am shy.
I am smart.
I am shy.
I'm smart.
I am shy.
Yeah, I am kind.
I
I am bold. I am bold.
I say.
I can do anything. And I love myself. No. Hands up. Okay, I'm gonna tickle you. Hey, Enzo doesn't need to do it though.
Yeah, Olivia, let's go potty.
Ooh, potty potty, pee pee on the potty.
No.
Let's go potty.
Yes. Oh my God. So I had a meeting to listen to for the first part of my morning, which I just did, and obviously got some clothes folded for the kids, which I had wanted to do during that meeting. So I'm glad I looked at my schedule and reminded myself that I was planning on doing or folding laundry during that time. And so essentially, once the kids leave and I do get a chance to start my work day officially, what I typically do is just, my computer's already turned on. I get in here, really just take a look at my day and finalize my schedule. As you know, I love a good plan. So I pull up my work calendar. Usually my Google Calendar is already I've already got those things in my schedule, but sometimes I just look just in case I added something that I don't remember. And then I look at my paper planner too, because I'm a paper planner person. And so I go ahead and just look at all of those things just to compare and see what all I've got to do. I just make sure that it's realistic for myself. Did I overschedule? Did I have too many things going on? And I like to picture everything that I'm doing throughout the day, visualize it, okay, I'm gonna do this, and then, run here. And when I kind of have that visualized in my mind, it takes some of the stress out of it for me, where I don't feel like I'm rushing, because that was the plan all along. So today I only have a couple of appointments and not until 2:30 in the afternoon. I have work I still have to do and I've got to be on call, but I don't necessarily have appointments yet until 2:30. So what I'm planning to do is be on call, get some of this work done, and then during my breaks, I'm actually going to be running to Office Max really quick to pick up a couple things that I printed off, a brand new schedule that I made for myself, which I'm super excited about. I love a good planner, but I wanted to make it really personal for me and something that worked really well for me, and I'm pumped about it. So I'll show you that in a new video. I'm also on my break planning on getting a little workout in too. And then I pay credit card bills on Fridays, so I always have that in my schedule, pay the credit cards. Yeah. Doing and folding laundry was a big part of what I wanted to get done today too. It's Friday today, so on Fridays I always plan and prep for my week ahead. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna film that today for you guys. I'll probably film that maybe next week. And then since it is Friday, like I said, I plan for the week ahead, but I also like to look a little bit at what my weekend is gonna look like as well. I've got a girlfriend coming over tomorrow, and then on Sunday we're going over to a friend's for swimming, and then we're gonna have dinner over there too. So I like to get a little bit of a picture of, okay, well, when am I gonna get groceries and meal plan and that kind of stuff. So I like to get a general idea of what that's gonna look like. Again, because when I know what my days are gonna look like and what I'm gonna be able to accomplish, it takes a lot of stress out for me. So that's how I kind of like to go about the beginning part of my work day, and I just kind of include that into my morning routine. I think we've all heard that the first few things that you do in your day are really important, right? They set the tone for the rest of your day. And if we're doing things that are kind of soothing and slow and ritualistic and habitual, it's very soothing and calming for us to wake up to, because then we're not waking up to stress. We don't want to wake up to a jarring experience, right? Those first actions that we take in the day have a huge impact on the actions that we take later on in our day. So simple things like opening up the shades kind of, slowly introduces us to sunlight and kind of helps naturally wake us up. Getting that sun on our skin, even if it's not directly oh, we're going outside, just getting that natural sunlight on our skin is a really good way to wake us up, because what that does is brings in blue light, naturally reduces our melatonin that's inside of our body, pulsing through our body, and then we naturally wake up a little bit more. And then again, I'm a breastfeeding mom, so, and this is kind of typical anyways, but I'll always pretty much immediately start my day with food. I wake up fairly hungry. Again, my son is 6 months old and he's wearing 12-month clothes, so I'm feeding this huge baby. He's just started with solids, so still breastfeeding a lot. And so I need that energy of that food right away. And that oatmeal that I make every morning has been a standard for me for, years. It makes such a huge difference in my day when I eat that. I feel so much better. And just like my evening routine, I try to keep this super consistent. Not only does it help me run through the morning smoothly, but it's good for the kids too, to have that normal routine. They kind of know what to expect, what not to expect. Even if you think you don't thrive on consistency, you do. Like, we are humans and we thrive on structure and routine and consistency. So I try to keep it the same for everyone in the house's sake. And so these are just examples of what I currently am doing for my morning routine and my evening routine. This doesn't mean that this is exactly what you should do, but it's just an example of how you can create like a slow, soothing evening and a slow, soothing morning. Again, we're looking for success and not stress here. And so it's just really important to figure out and decide what's going to make sense for you. And I think what it takes is taking some time to like sit down and think about it. I think we can kind of go through the motions and like realize and recognize what's important for our mornings, but like sitting down and actually like managing your time and seeing like how you can be the most effective with your time is really important. Because sometimes when we write things down or like really consciously think about it outside of the moment we're doing something, it can be really beneficial because we're able to see like, oh, I can actually like maybe multitask this simple thing together. Like, I make my coffee while my oatmeal water is in the microwave, right? Like those little simple things that can have a huge impact, because if you're a mom and you work, you know that every minute in the morning is super important. So maximize your time management, have a routine, consistency, schedule. It's so important. Okay, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. It's Friday for me right now, so I'm gonna have an awesome weekend. I upload on Monday though, so I hope that you have a great week.